This is my first day running an excavator on my new job. I've been running it all day, so I kind of got the knack of it, which is nice. Gotta put this down here. This is what engages everything, so now all the controls will work. I gotta watch out. I got my boss down here below. I gotta make sure I don't smack him with this thing. I already had a scoop ready, so we'll swing it around this way so I don't have to worry about him. And we're just moving this from one pile to another. Be gentle with me now, people on YouTube. Remember, this is my first time running one of these excavators. I'm picking it up pretty well. It's not that difficult. It just takes a little bit of coordination. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there that are way better at this kind of thing than I am. Some of these scoops I get real good full scoops, and then other ones a big rock will block the way and half the bucket will be empty. But this is a pretty small bucket for some of these rocks. Some of them just barely fit in there at all. This will be a good scoop. Good bite. So the joystick down here on my left, that controls the swing back and forth and what's called the stick out and in, the arm that is attached to the bucket. And then this other one controls the bucket in and out this way. And then it controls the main boom arm up and down. So as you're pulling the stick back, you're pulling up a little bit on the boom to keep taking the pressure off, and then roll the bucket up at the same time, and you get a nice full scoop that way. And then swing it around here and run the stick out, bring the boom down just slightly, and then open the bucket up, dump it. Pretty simple. This job site is real complicated as far as there's a lot of hills and valleys and deep cuts for footers and different things, and so it's real uneven ground, and so driving around in one of these things on here is touchy. And I watched my boss earlier. He drove the big excavator that's down there below me up that hill right there in front of me where my bucket is. He drove it up that hill up to the top, and he sat up there and rigged it from the bottom, all this stuff that I'm moving, and he pulled it up onto the top. Then he drove back down that side. He is good with that machine. He's only got, he said, about 30 years of experience running an excavator. So he is pretty handy with that thing. But this has been a fun day here. I'm really enjoying this. New skill to learn. Just don't get in a hurry. It's just like truck driving. Whenever you're doing anything like this, just don't get in a hurry and don't make silly mistakes. I mean, you're gonna make mistakes. I'm still learning. I'll grab the control and go the wrong direction once in a while and do something like that, but just try to be careful and not damage anything and not hurt anybody. That's the main thing, main objective. Picking myself up there. Get that bucket out. There we go. I want to get that rock. You're coming with me, Mr. Rock. Kind of fun. I'm just been in this one spot. He's using the hammer and the big excavator, He's got a great big jackhammer attachment for the end of it, a hoe ram, I believe is what they're called. And he was down there earlier hammering all that rock loose. Oh, lost one. Then he goes down there with a bucket, scrapes it around and gets close to grade, and now he's checking the grade with the GPS system that he's got down there. You can see that he's marking the ground, measures little sections, and then marks on there with spray paint how far above or below grade he is. And then he knows where he needs to dig. Let's see if I can get this rock. I'm gonna lose it. Come on, baby. Pick it up. There we go. We got it. We got it. It's barely hanging on, but we got it. Oh! That big one over there is a little more than this one can pick up. Not because the machine can't lift it, it's just the bucket's not big enough. He drug that one out of there, dug it out of the ground first, and then picked it up with the big excavator and pulled it up here. Oh, easy. Okay, there we go. Now we can get us a scoop here. Come on. There we go. We've moved a lot of dirt today. One guy that knows what he's doing and one guy that's learning. I was going to be driving the dump truck today, but it's got a couple of parts that it needed, and they were of course on back order or something, so I got to do this, which I'm fine with this. This is fun. See if I can reach far enough to get that one. Oh, I don't think so. Nope. All right. It's not bad in here. I mean, it can be if you're like me and you're not real smooth with the controls and you bang it around, and sometimes I lift the machine up and drop the machine and everything. That can be a little bouncy on you, but overall it's actually pretty comfortable. It's got air conditioning, it's got a radio if I wanted to have the radio on. It's a pretty handy little machine. I mean, really nice. I say little, it's a really nice machine, very powerful, and it can do an awful lot. It's just that we're doing some real serious excavating up here, and so they've got that big machine to do all the heavy work, and we're just moving little piles around with this. It is a little dusty up here. Got a big water truck over there, and we'll probably water this stuff down a little bit later. Keep some of the dust down. We watered it down earlier today, but we've already dug up all the stuff that was wet. Oh, there we got a good one. I can do this without dropping those out of the bucket until I want to, that is. Pretty close. there's some big rocks under there, pop loose every once in a while. Some of this ground is super hard, and some of it's real fractured rock, so it breaks apart easy and you get loose slabs and pieces like that. But some of it, he said, some of it, this wall over here on my right, some of that is real easy to break to the point where he doesn't even really use the hammer. He'll use, like, you see that ripper blade laying on the ground over there, he'll put that on the machine and just use that and pry big slabs of rock off of the side of the hill real easy with that. Other sections, he said, I spent 2 weeks hammering out an 8-foot section of wall because it was just really hard stuff. So you just never know what you're going to get into up here in this red rock. The red rock in general is sandstone and it's pretty soft, but they've got some neat satellite stuff set up, not so much on this machine, but on that one you can see the 2 satellite globes there on the back of that excavator, and inside he's got a 3D map of this whole site logged into a computer on there, and he can get literally within just a couple of millimeters of grade when he's digging with that thing using that GPS stuff. And that's what he's marking over there with that little handheld, I forget what he called that device, but it's talking. They've got a GPS station over on the other side of that water truck, and that's their fixed point, and that thing's talking to that, and so it's measuring the ground as we dig down, and it clears it out, and then he'll go remeasure and see how much further he's got to go. As he's out of the way, I can swing this way too, a little shorter distance where I'm digging at the moment. I had to turn he had this, when he was showing me this, he had the throttle control all the way up, because he's just so good at it that he doesn't have that herky-jerky motion like I do. So I turned the throttle way down so it doesn't react quite as quickly when I'm moving the controls, but it's quick enough. That machine he's got over there, there's a setting in that machine that with that GPS, you can set it on automatic, where you basically program in what you want to do. If you're digging a trench or whatever, and you put it on automatic, it reads the grade, you put it on a set point on the ground, and then it will make a stroke with the machine automatically and not go too far, so it doesn't cut too far below grade or anything. But he doesn't like that because it's really slow compared to what he can do. He said, I could make four strokes with that machine in the time it takes the automatic one to do one. So he doesn't use it hardly ever. Getting close to my front of my blade here. I might have to back up just a little bit off of the edge of this hole not in any danger of falling off or anything, but see if I can get that rock. Yeah, there we go. Try not to hook myself on my front blade either. Alright, he's moving back out of the way. He's probably going to go take that thing now and hook up the hammer again. Get ready to start pounding out some stuff. Careful while he's down there, because I'm not very smooth with this thing, and it would be easy for me to make a jerky mistake at the wrong time when he was close by, and I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to hit him. Wouldn't even want to get close. Yeah, he's going to bring that up now. I think he's going to get the hammer, put it on there. He's just pushing that stuff over where I can get a hold of it. My short little T-Rex arm here on this thing. It's actually not that short. It reaches pretty far out there, but I've just reached as far as I could. Wait till he's clear out of the way, which he is now. Big rock under the ground right there. I tell you what, I have a new appreciation for the guys that are real good with these excavators. I've seen guys where they'll take a spoon or something and they duct tape it onto the end of one of those teeth, and then they pick up eggs and put them in cups and do little fun games like that and stuff, and those guys have some serious control of those machines. I'd have a lot of scrambled eggs around here if I was trying to do that. But for a beginner, I don't think I'm doing too awful bad. And you can see how jerky this thing can be. And that's not because of the machine, really, that's because of me. And I have the throttle turned way down on this. I watched some videos last night. I watched some YouTube videos to make sure I at least had a basic idea of how this thing worked, because I knew this is what I was going to be doing today. And so he gave me the rundown, of course, of the machine anyway, but I wanted to at least have a little bit of head start knowledge. This is hardly, I can hardly call this work. This is really fun. I really am liking this. What guy doesn't want to be able to run an excavator, right? Alright guys, well I'm not sure how much longer my camera is going to run anyway, because the battery usually only goes for 20 or 25 minutes. I don't know how long this has been, so I'm going to cut this off. I may start up another one and do a little bit more, but anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sure enjoying it. This is, like I said, my first time running an excavator on my new job here. I drove the dump truck the first day. I didn't make any videos doing that, but I figured with this wouldn't be a big deal, and I asked the boss and he was okay with it. So anyway, I'm gonna swing this around one more time here. I hope you did like the video guys, and if you did, please hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep these videos coming. I'll be doing some more excavator work, I'm sure. I'll be doing some dump truck work. I'm going to be running the loader, I think, at one point. Loading up the dump truck myself from one of these jobs where they have a lot of this material that they're hauling off to a storage yard to save it up for different things, different jobs and decorative stuff and whatever. So anyway guys, I plan to keep the videos coming. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you come back and see it again. And until the next one, I will catch you later.